So move over rabbits, move over mice. We now have secret new tools for an older typal deck that has gone unbeaten for me today in the Mythic ranks. Do not sleep on this deck. Hey everyone, Hex here, and today I'm reimagining a deck you may already have most of the cards for with new secret soldiers from Bloomburrow. Firstly though, thank you all for watching and hit that like and subscribe button below if you haven't already. But onto this deck, and I'll just jump straight in with our new soldiers. And I do say soldier lightly because our first one is actually a soldier disguised as a bird. So Mickingbird is a 1/1 flyer for X and 1 blue that can enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value X or less. So copy your opponent's creatures, even copy your own tokens for just 1 blue mana, but copy one of your valiant veterans to make a very powerful army, and this one's gonna fly. Or say you also copy your new Stoat soldier from Bloomburrow. It is a 2/2 life-linking first striker, which is nothing to sneer at. This card is a powerhouse when left unchecked, and it is a great 2-drop in our deck. I'm running patchwork banners to make all of our soldiers bigger, and nettle guards too. These 3/1s can be sacked to destroy target artifacts or enchantments. They're great against innkeepers and great against those dreaded lockdowns. The rest of the deck are creatures and spells you've probably all seen before. Turn 1 Warden into turn 2 reinforcements is always pretty spicy, as is flashing in Sentinels to return the reinforcements back to your hand. Siege Veterans and Harbins could steal you a victory at the end when maybe the board is stalled. And lastly, Protect the Negotiators has been particularly good for me today. Got 23 lands, including the game-winning Fortified Beachheads, and that is the deck. So to say I've been impressed with Mickingbird is a total understatement. It is so unbelievably versatile that any deck that can carry blue will benefit from this card. Stay tuned until the end when I'll go over my stats for the deck, plus any thoughts that I had on the deck. And if you wish to support the channel further, you can also always do so over on Patreon. Patreon is where I upload extra footage, keeping you updated with the channel, plus you even get your names to appear on the video, like these folks have done so at the credit level. Link is in the description, but without further ado, let's jump straight into the Mythic ladder to see how I got on today with my new soldiers. Alright, on the play, Azorius soldiers. New and, I want to say improved from the old Azorius soldiers deck. We'll just play our land and say go. It should be pretty nice in the meta that I'm facing. Opponent with adaptive. We're going to drop our 2/2 first strike life-linking Stoat. Similar stats to Thalia. Doesn't tax non-creature spells. Opponent can't attack with their adaptive this turn. Perfect card there for us, the Stoat. So this turn we got 3 mana. Could play a Mockingbird on either of their creatures or our Stoat. But I think what I want to do... Definitely going to play the Cavalier on Soldier. Could play the Veteran. But I think I'm just want to protect the Negotiators. Put the opponent off curve. Let's change the tempo slightly. Surely they're going to play land into 3-drop. Oh, hard-hitting question. Alright, well, we can protect the Negotiators. Opponent doesn't have enough mana to pay for this. They need 2 mana. If they have a land, they should have played a land. Maybe another adaptive. Oh, no, another hard-hitting question. I'm pretty okay with that. It's taken them 2 removal spells to get rid of one of our Stoats. And Veteran, eh? Alright, well, we can double Veteran here. Oh, my days. This is going to be fantastic if we can stay alive. Got a 3/3 token we can attack with now. Next turn, we can Mockingbird one of these Veterans to make another copy, a flying copy. Innkeeper's Talent, the most busted card from Bloomburrow. Looks like they're in a fair deck, though. So we find another Stoat. All right, I mean, pretty nice turn of events for us here. We'll Mockingbird here onto this Veteran. Yeah. All of our creatures are now over 4 power or 4 power or more. We'll attack with our 4/4 token. There's no way they block with this 4/4. They're down to 13. We have a flyer. We've got loads of these Lord effects in our deck, so I'm pretty comfortable with where we are. Plukranos. That's a 4/5 reach. Innkeeper's Talent here. Can target one of their creatures. Surely they put it on. Yeah, they put it on the reach creature. It's 5/6. Can't really get through that as we find another protect the negotiators. All right, well, this is going to be a turn off for us here. Not much we can do. We'll just say go. It looks like we might have to just go wide, which we can do quite quickly. Another curator, which will counter this one. Make another 4/4. And even if we attack with everyone next turn, they're going to be taking 12 damage. Yeah, so we just need to find another way to do one bit of damage. Fortified Beachhead. I mean, this is that one bit of damage. For 5 mana, all soldiers get +1/+1 until end of turn. We're going to have the 5 mana to do that. There's no way the opponent sees this coming, unless they know what the Beachhead does. They're going to die, surely. We'll swing out with everyone. And I'm pretty sure no matter how they block, we can just kill them. So this has actually been a really great performance here. The Mockingbird making an extra copy of the Veterans, fantastic. We'll just activate our Beachhead here. Give everything +1/+1 till end of turn. And they are going to die. So we've taken down the green deck. All right. Worked well in that game. All right, on the play with a Resolute Reinforcements tribal deck. This isn't actually the worst hand. I mean, it's a bit of a meme, but we do have Patchwork Banner, and having creatures on the board is quite good at the moment, I feel, in best of 1. Having a board presence is good. You either have no board presence or lots of board presence. There's lots of removal going around, so having more than one creature makes it harder for our opponents. They do find we play 2 Rakdos lands, and we'll just surprise them with the reinforcements, I think. And it is a Flesh Gorger. That's okay. I really like Flesh Gorger. It's a card we can actually copy with Mockingbird if we want to. Don't think we need to at the minute. Let's go for the Veteran. I was thinking about Patchwork Banner there. I think Veteran's decent. I think I'm also going to Mockingbird here. We can copy this token. And yeah. So now we have several soldiers on the battlefield. Our Patchwork Banner is going to be a Lord effect for everything. Praiser for our opponent, and they're going to discover 3 into, please no lockdown, Cruel Claw. Okay. So they're on some kind of, we could block this. I think we'll let it go though. They're on some kind of Rakdos, Discover, sort of mid-range brew. We'll go for our banner here, name soldier, pump everything. And then we have another reinforcements we can drop at instant speed. So 2 more 3/3s. But I think we'll just get in there with the flyer for the moment. This is why I like the Mockingbird. We can outrace this Flesh Gorger. And if they want to attack with Cruel Claw, I'll probably double block it. We'll only lose 1 creature. Okay, another Appraiser. Could be dangerous for us here. Into another Cruel Claw. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good for us, actually. Maybe they should have attacked with the other Cruel Claw first. And they get in there with their Flesh Gorger and their Weasel. But we will double block the 3/3 with Menace. Well, I guess they both have Menace. We'll just take the Flesh Gorger for the minute. And we find Warden. Okay, well, this is quite nice because we get to triple spell. We'll get in there with our soldier in the air. And I don't really just want to waste these other soldiers with their appraisers. I think we need to wait until we can find another Lord effect. We're not really in any major rush. We'll play both our reinforcements now so that we can use our Warden. And tap the creatures I'm definitely not going to block with. So we're looking for another Valiant Veteran or a Patchwork Banner. Definitely not Cavern of Souls. I guess we can do this again. That's why it's in the deck. I'm worried them killing our Valiant Veteran here. Oh, well. There's another Veteran on the top of our deck. So we should be okay to win this game, I think. I'm concerned about board wipes. All sorts of shenanigans our opponent might be playing. Doesn't look like they're playing white for lockdown. But yeah, Brotherhood's End would decimate us. I guess it would decimate them as well. So I'm really liking Soldiers at the moment. It's an old deck that has lost a few cards over the months, but I think it's still pretty relevant. And if you've got all these Soldier cards still lying around, don't sleep on this deck. It works pretty well. It builds a board very quickly. It rebuilds really quickly. And if you can find Harbin, like if we found Harbin now, we would be absolutely smashing for lethal next turn. So we have a finisher in the deck. And I think that sometimes is where these typal decks fall short. It's all well and good having a massive board, but you can never win. Opponent scoops it up. They see the writing on the wall already. Nice one. All right, on the draw. No turn 1 plays for us, which is a little bit frustrating as the best of 1 meta is so fast at the minute. You really don't want to be not doing anything for a whole turn. Opponent also doesn't have a turn 1 play, but they did manage to play a tap land. Our land is untapped. I guess we can fake out that we've got a spell. They're also on Azorius and the Iron Crag. Alright, so they are ramping away. Must be nice. Play our planes and we'll just flash out the reinforcements. Or Sentinel. I mean, we can do either. Opponent up to 22. We'll drop our soldiers though, and we'll start with this No Warden, which is a card you really want early on. We'll reveal our veteran here, so I'm just going to play it anyway. And smash the opponent 4-3, fingers crossed. Yep, they're down to 19. So this could be land Sunfall. But it's not. It's Mightstone and Wheatstone. Alright. What are they doing up there? Artifacts. Nettleguard is a really nice card, as for 1 mana we get to destroy target enchantment or artifact. Could destroy the Mightstone and Wheatstone. It would take up my whole turn. I think I just want to get some damage in. I'm worried about like a synthesizer. That would be a card that I would struggle to stay on top of. Deduce for our opponent. So 2 Azorius decks going head to head here. Completely different tactics. Ours is meant to be aggro. We're kind of being forced to play a slower game as we really haven't drawn any of our cheaper creatures like the Warden. Could flash out the Sentinel here. Gonna just pass a turn. We do have 5 mana this turn, so I think I want to play the Nettleguard this turn. So we'll play Beachhead, and then we'll drop Nettleguard. Now this will be a threat for them. Fingers crossed they're reading the card. It's going to be a 4-2, which is quite nice stats. Well, obviously for 1 mana we get to blow up an artifact of theirs. We'll attack now. If they've got a removal, they might want to hit the Nettleguard. They don't. Alright, down to 8 for the opponent here. Deduce, fair enough. So they're looking for something, I would suggest. Something's missing in their deck. Okay, they've got like almost infinite mana going on up there. 7 mana right now. Threefold Thunderhulk. Wow. I've played a Thunderhulk deck before. I wonder how relevant it still is in the current standard. But yeah, we'll just destroy that. Oh, it still gets the 1/1s. I wasn't sure if it still got the 1/1s, but they were already on the stack. So we'll drop our Sentinel. We'll just have to fly over the top. Bring back our reinforcements to get a counter on the Sentinel. Wow. I love the Thunderhulk. Nice. Alright, how do we win this game? Well, slowly it looks like. We'll get in there with our Sentinel. It's now a 5-4. Pop them down to 3. I don't really want to just... I guess we can attack with our token. We have to get damage through. Oh, yeah, they double block. Fair enough. We can flash in the reinforcements as well. Missing our Harbin in this deck. That will be a nice draw if we can find one. But yeah, they're down to 3. They got to deal with the Sentinel. Combat Thresher, okay. For its smaller cost, so they're looking for something. Still got 7 mana. Static Net. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a good one. Takes care of the Sentinel. Also gains them 2 life. I mean, the amount of cards that have gain life tacked onto them these days. Alright. So they're hanging in there on 5 life. They've also gained a few life with their lands. 3 steps ahead. is countering my Resolute Reinforcements. There's our counter spell. We could attack and pump our creatures with our land if we want to, but I think we'll just attack with just the veteran. And we're slowly picking away at their creatures, their life. We'll play our Stoat. We have a counter spell available now, although they do have what seems like, well, how much? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, potentially 12 mana. Another Thunderhulk. They have 5 mana left open. Protect actually doesn't work in this instance. My oh my, they are staying in the game with these massive gnomes. Okay. Really appreciate the opponent's deck. Static Net, I don't think so. We're definitely going to counter that one. We need a Harbin. We definitely need a Harbin. The Sentinel isn't too bad, actually. It's a flyer. And it looks like flyers are how we're going to win this game. Alright, let's just jam with the team. See how they block, and then activate our land. Presumably they're going to try and eat my veteran with their Thunderhulks. They're going to lose that creature. Although I lose my veteran, we need to get these creatures off the board. Yep. They blocked how I expected, so we are gaining life back with our Stoat, which is pretty nice. Alright. Opponent's still on 5, but they've lost most of their board. Only got 2 cards in hand. And of course another one is a 3-fold Thunderhulk. Wow, I mean, they've had 3 of those in this game. I've only ever managed to cheat those cards out, never actually played them. Siege Veteran here. And then we're just going to Sentinel on their end step. 2 veterans with our Sentinel, and as long as we bring a soldier back to our hand, that should be 5 damage. Fingers crossed they don't gain any more life. But we can still attack. Still got to get some creatures off the board, if possible. We'll attack with our 2 3/3s. Stoat has First Strike. They just chump in at our 3/3 with a 1/1. What a game. I really appreciate this opponent's deck. I am going to definitely be screenshotting this one and trying to build it. I've built it before, like I said, by bringing everything back from the graveyard. That was a spicy build. But we've got them down to 2. We can Sentinel. That should be enough to kill them. But they do have a card in hand. And we can chump away. I mean, we're still on 27 life. It's not like, even if they attack with everyone, that we're going to die anytime soon. Graz, opponent here with the jankiest deck I've played against for the longest time. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. But, yeah, I mean, Graz and the Gnome, I think it's a pretty cool little combination. Just checking to make sure that there's no shenanigans going on. We just got to make sure we flash out this Sentinel. They created 9 5/3s there. Yeah, we just chump their big boy. We're going to take 10. We're just going to Sentinel back this Siege Veteran. Yep, Sentinel now 3/2, and they're out of cards. We take 10. And unless there's anything going on that I'm not aware of, we've just got lethal here. Just need to go to attacks. And what a game. I mean, this has been a spectacular game of Magic. I absolutely love the opponent's deck. But ours has Resilient. It has some sticking power. It has the life gain from the Stoat, was pretty good as well. And we are going to get there with a Sentinel in the end. But yeah, hats off to our opponent there. Alright, on the draw. This hand is... Okay, we have a Nettle Guard in our hand. It's a 3/1. You can sack it to destroy target enchantment or artifact. But we'll start with our Warden. I wasn't sure about Nettle Guard, but there's a lot of enchantments floating around. I think it's pretty nice. So they have a Storm Catch Mentor. Okay, 1/1 reduces instants and sorceries, but it has prowess as well. We'll go for our Warden into reinforcements line. We've been doing this all day. And Island is definitely something I want to see on the top of my deck. So we could use the Mockingbird to copy their creature, which would be quite spicy, as they have an Agate Assault to take care of my Warden. And Pearl of Wisdom, alright. So they're kind of like, is it Otters? It's cute. I'm quite glad we've got the counter spells in our hand, but I don't think right now I need to do anything else than fill our board a little bit. Now, we are shields down for a board wipe right now, but I think this is absolutely fine. We'll keep the 3-1 back to block. Siege Veteran is nice as well. Another Mentor, alright. Okay, and it's no attacks from our opponent. Alright, well, we've got to be mindful of that. So these Mentors, don't forget, they have prowess, so it's not like I can just attack freely into them. I don't think I'm going to be attacking. I think we're just going to keep activating this Warden. I'm pretty sure they've probably got a counter spell in their hand. Don't forget they're getting discounts here on their Mentor, with their Mentors. So we'll just tap the... No, let's not tap the Nettle Guard. I'm fine for the Nettle Guard just to be a little bit of a blocker for them. And another counter spell. We don't need a third one, do we? We'll just pass the turn. What we could do is a land. They definitely got something going on. They do have a counter spell. 3 steps ahead. The discount on the Mentors means that they can play it to draw some cards, but we're going to counter that with our own Protect. Look, the opponent might start destroying my creatures, but I think keeping them off of cards is pretty important, especially against Izzet control decks. But we've got a nice wide board here. Again, looking for Harbin. Harbin's our finisher in this deck. I think I'm playing 3. You might want to stick a 4th in it. I don't really like playing 4 copies of legendary creatures, but it is such a valuable card in our deck. And it draws removal spells. They play a Valley Flamecaller, okay. An extra damage from these Otters. Well, they're kind of shields down a little bit. Oh, there's a Harbin. Alright, I mean, that's beautiful for us. So we can just get in there with a Warden now, in the air. And the onus is on the opponent here to find a way to destroy our Warden, but we have Protect the Negotiators. We have 2 counter spells in our hand. I am fine to use these. They're dead in 4 turns with the Warden. Harnesser of Storms. Okay, whenever you cast a non-creature Otter spell, you may exile top card of your library. To the end of your next turn, play it. But this is tapping them out a little bit. They're lacking land. So we could play Harbin now and attack. We would do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. Not quite lethal. So let's just get in there with our Warden. And yeah, we'll just Protect again. Hopefully they just tap out. I could have played Harbin last turn and put them on 1, but 1 is not dead, and I really think Protect Negotiators to stay on top of the board is better than us just swinging out, putting them to 1, and then them just destroying our board. What you got, opponent? Okay, it's nothing. That's fine by me. We'll just play our Coast, and so we could play Harbin now and attack for lethal, but there's just no way that's going to happen. So let's get in there with our Warden. Put them on 6, hopefully. The onus is on our opponent here to beat us. I've rushed these type of games before, and I just don't think it's good, because it doesn't matter if they're on 1 life or 100 life. You need to get them to 0 life. Shock on our Nettle Guard, alright? So they do have a spell in their hand. They would have shocked our Harbin. This is fine. They're dead next turn if we scry with our Warden and attack our opponent. Agate Assault onto our Warden, alright. Sure, we'll just counter. That's what we're here to do. Now, they might have another removal spell, and if they do, they just do. Just is what it is. Well, it doesn't look like it. And another mentor for our opponent. And is this lethal? We have Protect the Negotiators, so I think what we can do here is, I guess we can just show them that we've got Harbin. We'll just play the Harbin and attack our opponent, and then we've got Protect the Negotiators in case they want to do any shenanigans here. And this should be lethal in the air. And we finally got there against quite a pesky little deck here. Even if the opponent's got a spell here, we can just counter it. And no, they scoop it up. Nice little victory there for our deck. Alright, on the draw, hand is very good, very keepable. We have our Warden here on turn 1, it's always a good start for us. Into a Reinforcements next turn, and then we'll use the Warden's ability to scry. Although we lose out on some damage to our opponent, it's better having a look at the top of our deck as they play Artist Talent. Now, I haven't actually ever played against Artist Talent decks. We'll play our Enforcements here. And scry. I've seen versions on YouTube, so I wonder if it's one of those ones. Who knows? They're on Boros. And Scorching Shot is going to take care of our Warden of the Inner Sky. Okay. 5 damage to my creature. I think they're going to do a lot of this burn damage in this game. I think that's the version I've seen online. So, although I want to hold open Protect the Negotiators, I think it's a bit early to do that right now. We're going to double spell. I'm going to drop the Cavernous Souls here, and we'll just name Soldier. It's a Soldier deck. And we'll tap to make sure that we tap both our Caverns here. And I'm going to drop my Stoat. 2/2, first strike lifelink. And then we're going to use our Mockingbird here, and pay 0, or exit 0, and copy our token. So, I mean, not the most imaginative use of Mockingbird, but getting more creatures onto the board is going to be quite nice. I'm crossing my fingers right now that there's no Brotherhood's End. That would decimate our board. We need to be able to untap with Protect the Negotiators. Blooming Blast is going to take care of our Stoat. Okay, this Stoat draws so much removal spells. But we do get a treasure out of that. Thank you very much, opponent. So we find our Warden. Alright, well, I mean, that's pretty nice. We'll play Warden here. We will attack our opponent, I guess. I want to activate Warden, so let's just get in there with our flyer. And just do the Warden. Yeah, maybe I should have actually attacked with another creature, because I could have tapped the treasure. I forgot I had the treasure there. Oh well, missed out on a damage to our opponent. What's on top of our deck? Oh, they've got something. Oh, they're going to shock my Warden? Alright, well, I'm going to protect it using our Protect the Negotiators. I need this Warden to survive. They get to discard and draw, so the Artist Talent doing a lot of work here for them. Oh, Harbin, Harbin, Harbin. Harbin is a way we can speed through this game. So are they going to take a turn off? Are they going to blow up this board? Nope, they're going to take care of my Warden with their Heartflame Duelist. And we do find our... well, we do get our Harbin. Let's go for Siege Veteran. I'm going to surprise them with Harbin next turn. And we'll just smash them for 5 damage. They're down to 12. I guess the Duelist is going to be nice. If all they're doing is playing burn spells, they're going to gain so much life back with their Duelist. Yep. 3/1. So now all of their instants and sorceries have lifelink. And a Scorching Shot. 5 damage to the Veteran. So they gain 5 life off that one card. But we find another Warden. And we'll just tap appropriately. And I'm still going to get in there where I can. We'll get in there with the 2/2. We'll hold the reinforcements back. I still don't want to play Harbin yet. I want the opponent to sort of take a turn off doing something, and then we can just surprise them with a massive attack in the air. So they level up their talent. I'm hoping that they don't have another spell in their hand. That's Lightning Strike, takes care of our Warden. Fair enough. Back up to 18. So we find reinforcements. Alright. Play Harbin now. And we can attack in the... Well, I might as well attack with everyone. I think an argument could have been said there to hold the Harbin back, and then we could have reinforcements instead on the end of this turn, and then used Harbin at the beginning of our next turn to give everything flying. We've kind of exposed our best card here. Yeah, and they just shock it. I guess they would have just shocked maybe on my turn, but they might have used this shock on this 2-2 instead, this soldier. So a bit sloppy there. They get in there with their 3-1. I'm going to block this. This is driving me nuts. And I'm going to double block it in case that last card in their hand is a burn spell. Alright. I've had enough of this game. Let's just beat the opponent down. Doesn't look like they've got any spells in their hand. Or if they do, they can't afford them. Maybe it's another artist talent. So a weird old game here so far. Okay, Lightning Helix to our face this time. Alright, they are forgetting about my creatures. They're trying to burn me out. They are up to 15. As we find a counterspell. Okay. So we could activate our Beachhead if we want to. I think it's better that we hold the Protect Negotiators. They're dead in 2 turns anyway. Our deck's certainly resilient. They must have gained... I haven't counted, but they must have gained about 15 life in this game. And they're down to 5. Yeah, come on opponent, you need to kill our creatures. We have our Beachhead next turn. Lightning Strike our face. Alright. I wonder why they're not taking our creatures out. Oh well. Oh, okay. Blooming Blast is going to attempt to take care of our soldier, but we can counter that now. And they need to pay 5 mana for this. Yeah, a bit sloppy in the middle, but I think we're going to get there. Even if they have a removal spell, we can just activate our Beachhead. And it's just a land. So we did flood at the end. Maybe we both flooded. Who knows? We'll attack the opponent for lethal here. It doesn't matter what they do. I guess Helix would have been annoying, but Lightning Strike is fine. We just activate our Beachhead and smash the opponent for 8 damage. I guess Helix would not have saved them either. But we got there. GG's, opponent. So let's check the stats for this deck over on untapped.gg, and as you can see today I went 6-0 and then played another 2 games and went 8-0 with this deck. Played a couple more games because actually some of those original games were pretty boring to say the least, so I wanted some extra ones. I'm glad I did because we did find that Thunder Hulk deck. So this was the performance from today. Let's bring up Arena and I've got the deck here. Here it is. I've kind of grouped it into the older cards and the newer ones. Newer cards are Spiritual, Soldier for the Day, Mockingbird. Fantastic at copying things like the Valiant Veteran. I didn't show the games where I was copying my opponent's creatures because I really wanted to show how it works with soldiers, but copying your opponent's bats are always a good option too. Patchwork Banner is a great card. Although it costs 3 mana, it does allow you then to tap it for 1 mana of any colour. So if you can follow up with something like a Warden of the Inner Sky on the same turn, there's a lot of benefit for dropping this on turn 3. Nettle Guard, a nice little way to deal with your opponent's artifacts or enchantments, or just be a threat that I will kill your artifact or enchantment. Then we got this Stoat. I do think Stoat, it kind of reminds me of Thalia. Thalia has a lot of other upsides, but the Stoat does do a pretty good job. It also draws a lot of removal from your opponent's cards, so don't expect this to survive, but it does allow you to concentrate on other parts of your deck. I do have a sideboard. In Soldiers, there are so many options. It feels like Soldier is just tacked onto a lot of creature types. There are things like the Frontliner here. We've got Coppercoat Vanguard, Dust Legion Duelist if you wanted to go more token, a counter build. Guardian of New Benalia is a really good card as it is indestructible if you can keep the cards flowing. You could also go a little bit off creatures and go for something like Archangel Elspeth that actually creates soldiers, but also it can put 2 +1/+1 counters on a target creature and give it flying. So this was in the deck till the very last second. The Tactician here is a Lord effect for your team, but I don't think playing this on turn 4 is appropriate for our deck. And there is a new card in Serra Redeemer. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. This is a soldier in itself. I think this could be part of the deck, but I didn't really want to build it. with this in mind. Other two cards are some enchantments. We've got Case the Gateway Express, nice little removal. We are lacking a lot of removal on our deck. I didn't really want to waste too many slots with just removal spells. And lastly, Caretaker's Talent. So this was originally in the first build. I was much more token based. As I was pulling away from the tokens, I thought that this card maybe wasn't so great in the deck, but please put it in there if you want to use Resolute Reinforcements and things like Protect the Negotiators and other token based cards, because I think this is a really good way of drawing extra cards each turn. So to check out my stats for this video and all the decks I play, the link to my untapped.gg is listed in the description, and that's where you'll also find a link to download the deck tracker for yourself. You'll get to track your stats, see the top decks being played, and maybe find a deck or two that you can make with your collection. It is all over there on untapped.gg. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video, supporting the channel as we grow, and I'll catch you again in the next video.